Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another week, another edition here of the WardiTV Monday. WardiTV Monday number 54. The second time this week. It's a little bit weird, especially with the name of the tournament. We already had a WardiTV weekly earlier on Monday. Now we have a second one this week on Friday. And here we go. We are here. We are back. We are jumping into our first series and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of late lines. We have the Italian Protoss player. We have the red Protoss for the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player for Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And before I get ahead of myself, a big shout out to Baby Lings. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the raid. Hope you had a great stream. Hope you had a great ladder session. Hope you had a great time with some team games as well with the animals. Oh no. With the walk, with Oreo, but hope you had a great time. And of course, welcome one and all. This is a weekly online tournament. Now, for those that are curious, for those that are wondering, why is there a second WardiTV weekly this week on Friday? That is because there is no WardiTV Monday next week. So because we're missing out on next week, he has decided to post it and to host it here on Friday instead. As on Monday, there will not be a WardiTV Monday. From my understanding, I believe he's going to have a long weekend of time off and time away from StarCraft. Going to be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So to make up for an otherwise skipped week, we're going to be having two this week instead. So there you go. This is also the downside of pinning like a day to the name of your tournaments. Which is why which is why it's called Pickerstar Cup instead of, I think it was like Pickerstar Monday, right? Or something along those lines. But not just Pickerstar Cups. We'll see what happens with Wardi's events. Regardless, we're jumping into our first series. Before I get ahead of myself, if you're in the chat, predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chats as we get into our PvP. Coming into this, SKillous is going to be coming in as the favorite player, but of course, we'll see if LetaleX can cause an upset. We know that he can, but he has to bring his A game here to go off and to face off against SKillous. Let's go. Likewise, exclamation mark be in the chat to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we will be getting into the rest of the bracket after this series. We'll catch up, we'll get there. I'm sure you can hazard a guess as to why we did dive on this series of all of them. But now that we're settling in, to have our initial opener here, 2-gate opener at LetaleX, likewise 2-gate opener at SKillous. LetaleX does go for the faster expansion. Meanwhile, he does pylon blocker across the map. He will delay SKillous. Not bad. Not bad. Pegasaurus. Yeah, that's the name of the tournament. It's the Pegasaur Cup. It's the name of the tournament. As it is organized by someone called Stegosaurus and sponsored by Pig. That's why the names are blended together. Hence the name. Bacon Cup. Ah. No. I can't have any more meat, man. I did meet up with Oreo and with Starduck and with the Ducklings. We had a Duckling meetup this morning. And I cannot have any more meat. It was fun meeting up with everyone together. It was good. Meeting up with the Ducklings. As now we do see SKillous rallying across the map, bearing in mind that his CC or his Nexus is delayed in favor of extra gateways, in favor of extra units, I should emphasize. With that poking in, shield battery is done, and the Lich is holding. Oh, nice snipe. Gets a sentry. Sentry goes down, shield battery still up. And LetaleX does have the better fight, the better trade, and of course the faster expansion. SKillous' own base is still on the way. And so far, this has not been worth it. SKillous just picking away at the sentries. Doing what he can. When it comes to the changes, when it comes to the patch being live, of course, and we have already casted many tournaments on the new patch, PvP is impacted, yes, but not too much here. Basically, NG overcharge on the shield battery is weaker, true. It is going to be weaker. Likewise, the change was made to the stasis trap, which does mean that Oracle-based play and Oracle-based openers are weaker as well. But none of that is really too applicable here. For the time being, LetaleX does get its expansion. Third base is on the way, so faster natural, faster third base, LetaleX will have a greater economy coming into the mid game. Meanwhile, SKillous back at home going for an extra gateway. We have a third gateway in the main, and we could see a fourth gateway and a proxy across the map. Yet there it is, 2 base all in. So SKillous is going to commit. I mean, he's already behind, so he's going for the 2-base all-in. Hallucination Scout out of LetaleX is going to confirm the extra gateway, confirm the natural, and should confirm the lack of third expansion. Yep, does rescout, it does confirm no third base, should be where all-in is coming. And we need to get ready. Does need to get ready. One way or the other, the game is about to end. Either SKillous kills LetaleX or he dies trying. It's about to end. SKillous moving in, gets a kill. Gets a kill, not a cancel on the shield battery. Sentry's going to be targeted down. Does get one. Gets one sentry. Shield batteries are almost done. Needs a little bit more time for those shield batteries. Nice snipe there by LetaleX. And again, as time goes on, LetaleX just embracing a better economy, getting his third base up and running. SKillous, we got to keep going, but the gateway is still not yet done. It needs a little bit more time. The gateway just now finishing up. And SKillous still looking for a way in. He expands behind this. It's a very late third base. That third base timing tells us that SKillous believes that he cannot kill. That the all-in has failed. Still warping in, still hoping to find some damage. Still hoping. SKillous is pushing in. Does get a better concave here, but the Immortal has arrived. And yeah, SKillous, he cannot break this. He cannot break this position. Not with the Immortal. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah, does go for the dive. The Immortal takes a lot of hits, and the Immortal does not go down. Oof. SKillous gets punished, and LetaleX is running away with this game. Ay, ay, ay. LetaleX back. He shuts down the aggression, still maintaining a lead. SKillous still does not have a third base, just now finishing up. And LetaleX just has to calm down. Just calm down, get some extra warp ins, and then you can just end it. Just build up and get another Immortal. Play it safe. As he depowers the gateway, SKillous going for a backstab. Going for the counterattack. Yeah, LetaleX out of position. Does he recall? He has to make a choice. There it is. Does recall back home. So recall is going to be on cooldown. SKillous pushing on the right hand side as well. Oh, and SKillous, he cannot push out. Not here, not now, not anymore. He's going for his push. This is going to be a base trade. Basically, as LetaleX moves out, SKillous moves in. Does hit the third. Can move in towards the natural. LetaleX is all in. He can no longer recall. And he has to go for it. Oh, gets one. Takes down the shield battery. Proxy gateway gets shut down. Ooh, there's a recall back home. SKillous, he does not commit across the map. I thought he would. Uh-oh. And LetaleX, he should run away with this. He should run away with this. Zones away the Stalkers. Can go for the kill, takes down the mineral line. And the goal here should be to dive on the Immortal to focus it down. LetaleX rotates. Does rotate, Nova's arrived. Up! Doesn't blink in. And Nova goes off, and LetaleX should just break through. The shield barriers are not ready. They're not done. Disruptor goes down, and so does the Robo. SKillous trying to come in from behind. He does focus on the Warp Prism at least, but it doesn't matter. Does not matter. Not anymore. The boys are being pulled. SKillous getting desperate. And LetaleX, he's going to run away with this. He will take a lead in the series as he breaks the third base. He breaks the natural. He will lose his Immortal, but GG gets called, and LetaleX takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. A solid lead here for LetaleX. Again, a solid game as well. Winding it back as a reminder as to what occurred. SKillous did fall behind early on, and it all just compounded on each other. SKillous, he had a late natural base. He committed into early aggression that did fall in its face. Behind that, he chose not to get a third. He chose to go for an all-in, and if you remember, the all-in did fall in its face. He went for a third gateway at home, a proxy fourth gateway across the map. He went for a 2-base 4-gate all-in, but he failed to get any damage done at the third base. Thankfully, LetaleX scouted, right? LetaleX, he scouted. He was able to confirm, able to get across the map and get eyes on the lack of third, on the extra gateways. He read the all-in well. He threw down shield batteries at his third base. He had his own Immortal production, and after he defended his third, that was game. Right, after he defended the third base, that was a game then and there. The best chance for SKillous would have been a base trade, right? That would have been the best option. But even then, it was an uphill battle for SKillous. So a very strong start here by LetaleX. And now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. Gonna be a big confidence boost for LetaleX to get a win in a macro game against SKillous. I should emphasize once again that a big reason as to why LetaleX had a lead in this game, why it snowballed out of control, was because of the failed all-in from SKillous. Remember, when you're all-in, I mean, it's all-in for a reason. He did fall behind quite heavily after it failed because of how far behind he was economically. But now we're getting into our next game, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Tuckermac, we have the Italian Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes. It is LetaleX. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. And the pressure is now on, and clearly you cannot try to cheese the hell out of LetaleX, at least not at this level of play, at least not with the 2-base all-in. So we should be seeing SKillous slow things down, take a breath, and go for a more standard game instead. But we'll keep an eye on him as the probes are being sent out, and they will pass by each other. So here comes our probe scout. Likewise, double gas being taken from LetaleX. Likewise, same for SKillous. We are building up 2 gate openers. Meanwhile, a big shout out to Babylinks in the chat. thank you so much, Babylinks. Thank you so much for the gifted sub to Mine Explosion. Thank you. Always do appreciate it. Always. Friday is my favorite kind of Monday. True. Aye. Here we go. From here, again, we're going to be settling in. Everything's looking normal so far. When it comes to the probe positioning here, there's no setup for a proxy pylon, so no proxy, no shenanigans, no cheese, not early on at least. And again, after what happened in game 1, we expect to see SKillous just play standard, just calm things down, get into his own natural expansion, get into Blink, get into the mid game. Is what we're expecting. And again, LetaleX already with a big win here on the board. If he can clutch out a second game, that would be insane. That'd be a crazy upset. We'll see if we can pull it off. Shall see. I'm sure his potential next opponent will be very grateful as well. Very grateful. We'll get into it. For now, we have our natural waste on the way. Once again, LetaleX does pylon block, but not for too long, and this time SKillous will expand. So the timings are close enough. Twilight Council will take up choice for LetaleX, and we should be seeing the same from SKillous. As loot stations are being sent across the map, this is to confirm whether it's a Twilight Council, Robo, or Stargate. Oh, loot station going to be zoned away. SKillous, he will not deny the scout though. Go quite low. Loot station gets in and confirms the Twilight Council. Likewise, SKillous does the same. So they both confirm. Both do confirm. Oh. And from here, we can either play safe and get a Robo, or we can be greedy and take a third. So we'll see how safe or greedy our players are going to be. Bearing in mind that with a Twilight Council opener, technically there could be a hidden Dark Shrine here. That's often why we do see safer play and faster Robos. Station on the way. SKillous in position to intercept. At least trying to. And he does get a couple of shots off, but does not deny the scout. Blue Station gets in, confirms the third base, and confirms the research. So LetaleX is feeling safe. Will expand. A slightly later expansion this time. So later third. But overall, this is a much more standard game here from our players. Both players just getting to the third bases, calming down, like no rush 6 minutes as both players take up into the mid game. From here, we can start working towards the Forge, +1. We can start working towards charge as well, and eventually splash damage into Archons. We're kind of headed down that direction. We'll see if we can get there. Do you see LetaleX peeling off a couple of adepts? 2 adepts taking one-shot probes. As LetaleX does threaten a shade towards a natural. He will distract here at the third. Going for the sentry. Does get it. Not bad. One sentry goes down. He pulls away at the same time. Adept stays shade into the mineral line. SKillous does pull back, but still probes are going down, losing 1 so far. Unfortunate targeting. Very unfortunate. Despite that, though, he does get 1, 2. He should be getting up to 3 or 4, but lack of control. Lack of control there from LetaleX. At the same time, SKillous, he counterattacks. LetaleX is focusing on the defense. And SKillous, he can take the fight. Yeah, he has enough. Shield Barrier's not ready. And SKillous, he will overwhelm. So coming into a standard normal game here, SKillous, he does apply pressure, he does break through, he defends, he attacks at the same time. And this is a very rough position here for LetaleX. He's going for the proxy gateway. LetaleX, he's down in workers, down in economy, down in army as well. Really rough start. There was potential with the adepts to get some damage to equalize and to even things out, but that fell by the wayside. And now LetaleX is strictly behind. Now SKillous, I mean, there's no pressure. All he really has to do here is just settle down, get a 4th expansion, throw down gateways, get into his tech, get into charge lots, Archons. The pressure instead is on LetaleX. Pressure is on. LetaleX, he does move out. Prism is on the way. LetaleX still staying on a very low probe count, and we'll see what he can get done. Only 1 shield battery. True. Only 1. LetaleX he's not been skipping warpins. He's up to 18 stalkers. SKillous, he's been greedy. How so? +1, charge, temple archives. Yeah, things are not helping here. +1 is about to finish. And LetaleX, he has to break through here and now. Zells do warp in. They do a great job tanking. They tank a lot of shots. But LetaleX, he has to go for the kill here. He has to go for it. He blinks in. Yeah, he blinks in, goes to the dive. Stalker's going to be going down. Boys are being pulled. And LetaleX, he might barely have enough here. Yeah, just barely. LetaleX's stalkers are low. So are SKillous'. LetaleX still has double the stalker count, but now there's an immortal. He was so close. He was so close here to just breaking SKillous. But given time, SKillous is building up more immortals. He already has the first. Archons are on the way as well. +1 is now done. It was risky, it was greedy, but SKillous is getting away with it. And here the soup does lie, right? The soup does lie. The supply is looking deceivingly close when really it's heavily in favor of SKillous. Just because of the quality of the army. He was just trying to survive until this point where he had immortals, Archons, charge lots, +1. All kicking in. I was pushing. So drop into the main. Going for a tri-pronged attack. We have Zelts towards the third. Zelts into the main. And the main army pushing into the 4th base. And LetaleX is just being pulled apart. Zelts are trying to close in. But they're slow lots. No. The slow lots back. Gets an immortal. Gets 1 immortal. Zelts are wreaking havoc in the main. Yeah, SKillous, he breaks through. SKillous, he breaks through the main base. Probes are going down, no mining at the third. And the LetaleX cannot keep up. GG gets called, and SKillous, he will tab the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Again, we saw that this time SKillous and LetaleX, they got into a very standard, very tame, very passive early to mid game. Both players took their naturals, got into their third bases. Once we started getting into the mid game, that's where SKillous took a massive lead. He was able to shut down the adept aggression, he was able to catch stalkers across the map, and he killed 5 probes, if you remember. And 5 probes doesn't sound like a lot, but in a mirror matchup, it means everything. From there, LetaleX fell behind, and he stayed behind. He was forced into an all-in, and if you remember, the all-in almost worked, where he chose not to take up. Remember, he chose not to get a Forge. He chose not to get a Temple Archives. He chose not to get Charge. He chose to stay on a low worker count. He pushed out. This was after the damage was done, of course, after he fell behind. And it almost worked, right? Like, he almost broke SKillous. SKillous, he had to pull the boys, and he survived just long enough to get into his immortal production, to get into his immortals, to get into everything else. GG. GG, well played. So very close, very clutch. In the end, SKillous, he survived the all-in. He snowballed out of control from there. But it does leave me excited here for game number 3. We'll see how this ends. We'll see where our players take us. Game 3 is going to be on Maganatha. Maganatha is a very large map in the map pool, known for aggression, at times known for proxies because of how large it is. We'll see if our players take the bait or if we just calm things down and go into another longer macro game. Or into a standard mid game. Let's go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have the Italian Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing the Platinum Heroes being forced into a tied series, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? It is LetaleX. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is SKillous. Go. Oh, as SKillous setting up on the low ground. A bold move. A very bold move here. Going for a very greedy opener, going for what looks to be a gate expand or a gate cyber expand. You'd not set up on the low ground unless you plan on going for a faster nexus. So very greedy build here by SKillous. LetaleX with his probe scout, he should scout, he should confirm, and his response should be a 1-base all-in. So probe does move forward. LetaleX, he will scout. And now he knows. Yeah, he sees, he knows. Oh, 2-gate opener. Okay. Okay, I see you. 2-gate opener out of skills on the low ground. Likewise, 2-gate opener out of LetaleX. So SKillous, he's not rushing into a fast expansion. This is the same build, but executed in a very different manner here, where the production, where everything is exposed on the low ground. So you can make an argument here that LetaleX, he can still go for a proxy and go for an all-in and try to punish this, but at the same time, because we have the same builds more or less, like LetaleX doesn't have to try to punish this, doesn't have to go for an all-in. He can just expand behind this instead. He's got options. Waiting for the Cybercore. That's the plan. Warp gate is on the way. And it looks like LetaleX does plan on expanding. Go. It's a pylon block here on the low ground. Both players, they do block each other. SKillous with the second block. Let's go. Cheeky move out of SKillous. Will delay even further. And with that SKillous, he can cancel the pylon. There we go. Starts the nexus. Both players do expand. And we'll see who takes the lead. SKillous just looking for a way in. Does commit. Ooh, bold move. Very nice. Oh my god, calm down. Very nice force field as LetaleX shuts down the Adepts. Ooh, despite that, he'll still lose 3 in total, so still some hefty losses there, losing those gas mining probes. But does shut down the Adepts. Could have been a lot worse. Meanwhile, we have a Robo Opener at a SKillous this time, and not a Twilight Council. Now, when it comes to a Robo Opener, what does this entail? This is more defensive play. This allows you to, yes, harass with a War Prism, but also get early immortal production. Oh, and LetaleX is going for an aggressive response. He gets caught out, though. Adepts to catch one with the sentries. They get 1, they're going to get 2, they're going to get all 3, potentially. Oof. So, very nice pickups here from a SKillous. Does trade toward us for 2 sentries. Does get across the map. And LetaleX will get another gateway. Okay, so we're getting up to 3 gates, but oh, there's tech behind this. And unfortunately, LetaleX, he's aware, he saw the Robo going into an all-in against someone who's going immortal is not the best idea. So rough position for LetaleX. He's still warping in, still reinforcing. With the help of the Immortal production, SKillous, he should not be broken. The Immortal has arrived. And the Adept harass continues. A rough position for LetaleX. Losing another probe. Losing 2. And SKillous, he's just outscaling. He's just outscaling over time. The one advantage would have been the Twilight Council, but you can see here they're not making use of it. LetaleX, otherwise distracted. Yeah, getting caught out in the center, losing 1, 2, 3 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers go down. Oh, does at least get a sentry. Takes out a sentry, a Stalker. Gets some value. Finds the proxy. Oh! Prism taking a lot of hits. Nice knife. Nice pickup. Takes down the War Prism. Now going for the Immortal. Okay, the Immortal will go down. Both armies do trade, but this is still a better trade for SKillous. And GG. Yeah, GG gets called. There's nothing left. And SKillous, he will take the series 2-1, advancing on to the next round. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to the SKillous as it does advance on. A shout out to LetaleX for making a series out of it. Again, LetaleX, he was able to hold his own, at least when it came to game 1. There it was best case scenario where he took a lead early on, he forced SKillous into the all-in, and then LetaleX, he was able to defend against that all-in in game number 1. Game 2 and game 3 were a lot more standard. We saw, I say standard, they were a lot more, I should say, macro oriented, especially game number 2. We saw that SKillous was able to get into a much more comfortable mid game. Here in game number 3, we saw a cheeky build out of SKillous, forcing a weird reaction out of LetaleX, but in the lead up to that was getting further ahead. The Adept harass was brutal, catching out the initial army in the center of the map as well, and kind of baiting his opponent to be aggressive while opening up Robo, which is ideal against aggressive builds. So it's a really rough setup there from LetaleX, really rough build of choice, really rough reaction to the scout, and likewise, did lose a lot of workers in the lead up as well. GG. GG, well played with that. Congratulations to SKillous, and let's catch up on the rest of the brackets. Let's figure out where we are and where we are headed. Let's go.